In this short video tutorial, we're going to create interesting and beautiful composition using whatever left on your palette. Uh, Use any color, light color, orange, yellow, red, and place some amount of pigment in the area where approximately your flowers will be. You can see on the left side of the screen final result. There are no reference for this work. This is from your imagination. For your composition, choose one big flower and one medium and maybe a couple small one. You can splash the pigment, you can add more water, play with it and don't be afraid. We work on the dry paper and kind of cleaning the palette. We're creating background for our drawings. You can shake your paper, let pigment run freely, you can blow on it. Add a little bit more contrast, like red color, orange. This is up to you what you want to use. Once you are happy with results, when you play enough with your puddles, you can leave on the table to air dry or use a hairdryer to speed up process. Next step, make sure that everything dry, check it. It's supposed to be dry. And let's start the painting process. This will be the biggest flower, this will be opening up, and will be half open. Let's start. You can use pencil if you're not sure about your drawing, but my recommendation, start with markers. I will show you how to use 3 different size of markers. The first will be, it's 005, it's the tiniest line. The third one would be the thickest, will be, it goes 08, and the middle will be 01. We will start with middle and think about what happening in your painting, in your puddle. Create with very shaking hand lines those middle part. You don't need to create all around, but if you feel, you can join all those dots together. Try to avoid create straight lines like that. So this is middle part. And right now we can start to create petals. Sunflowers are very easy to draw because it's symmetrical. You can think about like clock. Like this is would be 12, and if we go down it would be 6. If it helps you, you can use that algorithm or just create petals next to each other. And in between you can add extra petals and go around the circle. Was it easy? So we create the first big flower, and next let's try to create the semi-open flower on the side. Choose where it will be the middle part. Again, use dots and just kind of mark where it's supposed to be. And for interesting effect, you can draw a few folded petals. This type of petals, adding a little bit more motions in your painting. Pretend that it's wind blowing it. When you create semi-open flower, think about the petals will have different length. They will look very different. On the sides they will be longer, and on the top they will be shorter because of perspective rules. That way we see the illusion of how the flowers, how the petals are folding. Looks good. You can join a little bit the middle part. Right here we will create the third flower, but before let's find out the area and the direction where the stems will be going. For example, the left flower has the bottom piece, the base, probably will be visible on this side. And you know the sunflower has very thick stems and they're not very easy to bend, so try to create them more direct, more straight. So that would be the stem from that flower, and from this flower the stem will be visible. So the middle part goes right here, this line goes like that, and let's create motion to add a little bit more interesting dynamic. We will create direction of the stem towards the side, and we can add a leaf. And you can already create hatching on the stems because the stems is behind, so they will be in the shadow. And this part will be going like that. The third flower, the stem will be go like this, and on this flower we will see more green part of the flower, more leaves of the base, and semi-open petals. Draw a few petals like that. We might see something inside like this. And we can add one more flower right here. I happen to have very interesting splash, so I will use it for the stem. Looks like if you think about garlic piece, closer to you in the middle will be thicker, and closer to the ends they will be smaller size. That way you can create the rounding effect of the flower like that. Add maybe more leaves. So I think that is very good for our drawing, first drawing. Next, we are using thickest marker. I'm using 0.8 and try to enhance lines. You don't need to outline every line, just try to imagine what lines will be more, will give you more interesting effect. And when you will create the middle parts of the flowers, literally shake your hand and create like this uneven, semi-chaotic lines. You can use dots, commas, short wave lines, and repeat it to create a kind of pattern. And work slowly, one petal per time, to enhance your drawing. One more time, try to avoid outline everything. Try to create thicker line, a little bit thinner. I call them smiley faces. Start with thinner line, make it in the middle thicker, and again create thinner, so they will be not very bold. They will be more floating lines. This is more relaxing, meditative process. Amount of details which you will place on your drawing. It's always up to you how much you want to enhance, what you want to show. This is always up to your vision, up to your taste, how you feel. And remember that markers, while they are still live, while they still just placed on the paper, they are smudgeable. If you would like to add some color pigment on top of it, watercolor on top of it, you need to wait, because for example until tomorrow they will set and you will not smudge them. Right now, if you will wet paper and add more pigment, they might run. And continue slow, do not rush, create beautiful drawing, enhancing lines, and just make sure to not over outline everything with the same thickness. At this point, you can stop using thick marker and use the tiniest marker which you have. I'm using 005 to create very beautiful hatching on the shadowed petals. You can just choose one direction or any direction and add parallel lines on the petals which is in between, or the petals where you can see will be shadowed from the top petals, for example. You can leave it like that, or you can enhance it with a brighter color. And remember that when I explain you that your lines might be smudgeable, be careful. If you're okay with that, it's fine. Just add a few lines with reddish oranges colors. If you would like more clean lines, then you better to wait until tomorrow when the uh, marker ink would set and dry. Additionally, you can use marker 01 and add a little bit more texture on the middle part of the center flower. And maybe a few lines. That is totally optional. It's up to you how you feel. I would like to add a little bit more bright color in the middle part and just enhance with yellow color on the lighted areas of the center part of the flower. Optionally, you can add final details using white gouache, COPIC, or Dr.Martins bleed proof using detail brush, and just add a few dots in the centerpiece. More concentrated on the bottom part of the center, and maybe a few lines on the lighted areas of the petals. I think at this point we are done. We need only place signature and place it in your frame. My congratulations, you did beautiful job. Please don't forget to upload your homework in the window below this video. Look forward to see you next time.